Hello my beautiful beloveds, welcome to this video. In this video I want to talk a bit about some history of this particular solar system. And it's a topic that is, I don't know if controversial would be the word for it, but probably misunderstood would be the word for it. It's about Maldek. Now, what is Maldek? Maldek was a planet in our solar system. It was between Mars and Jupiter. Now, what happened is that it blew up. The reason it blew up, it's, well, nuclear weapons. And this is, the story of Maldek is actually an example for humanity to, not go as far as Maldek did with this whole craze with nuclear weapons. But what exactly caused the explosion of Maldek? That's a bit of not so clear topic, meaning there's not that much of a consensus on why exactly Maldek blew up. Because there are some people who channel and they saw this happening as the result of a war on Maldek. Thing is that there were multiple factions on Maldek and they were competing for supremacy. They all wanted to basically have total dominion over Maldek. Does it sound familiar? So they wanted total dominion over Maldek, and each one of these particular factions had nuclear weapons, and because of an accident, a warehouse of nuclear weapons blew up. And with it, like the whole fucking planet. That's how much nuclear weapons they had. Now, another narrative I heard is that Maldek was actually shot, like intentionally. It was another species shot Maldek intentionally. It wasn't an accident, and they blew Maldek up. Now, whichever one of these is the real one, or it could actually even be both. Bear with me a little bit with this one. In one universe, it could have been the first one, the one with the accident. And in another universe, in a parallel universe, it could have been the second story. And that's why some channelers are more connected to one or the other of these stories. At the end of the day, we can't really know for certain because we're incarnate as humans. So there's a factor of error going on in some things that we do. So I saw people resonate differently. Some people resonate with this one, some people resonate with this other one. I particularly resonate with the first one, but I may be subjective because it's also the first narrative I heard about Maldek. So and also what I noticed is that the second story is actually more actually a Maldek seed told me this. So you see, it's a bit of it's a bit unclear here why exactly Maldek blew up. But at the end of the day, what is certain is that it did blow up. And you have it in space. The place where Maldek was today is known as the belt of asteroids. Mainstream science will give you certain narratives about this, about like why there are those asteroids there, what the fuck, doesn't matter. It's because of Maldek. It's because long ago, in a distant past, there was a planet there that was inhabited, and it basically blew up. And those asteroids are the remnants, are basically what is left of Maldek nowadays, unfortunately. And yeah, like we literally have it right there in the sky to see it through a telescope, of course. To see how far things can go. Because whether you think that the first story is what happened or the second story is what happened, it's obvious that it was nuclear weapons that did this. So, you get my point, right? Because, like, this is the magnitude of destruction that these weapons can get to. It's unfortunate. So, this is not just it. Because not only did Maldek itself blew up, but also Mars got impacted by this. His atmosphere was heavily affected by this explosion, that it basically turned the whole planet inhabitable. So not only was the Maldek collective literally killed with one blow, so were the Mars seeds, the beings living on Mars. Because breaking news, Earth is not the only inhabitable planet in the solar system. It's Venus, and then Earth, and Mars. All these three planets inhabited by humans. This type of body. Whereas on Maldek, the species wasn't humans. It was different. It was like a bit closer to reptilians, and that's actually why reptilians were attracted to Maldek. Oh, reptilians, oh! Because it was actually the reptilians who went to Maldek first, prior to coming to Earth and like trying to on Earth. They wanted Maldek because the beings on Maldek were a lot more powerful. They were far closer to the, what's the word for it? To the blueprint of the reptilians themselves. So the Maldek seeds, the Maldek collective, and the Maldek species. So why do I say all of these three names? Maldek seeds meaning the souls seeded by Maldek. Maldek collective meaning the collective consciousness of those seeds. And the Maldek species meaning the literally physical attributes of this collective. So all of this was blueprinted closer to the root chakra rather than the heart chakra. Humanity, as we know humanity in this form on planet Earth, were imprinted based on the heart chakra, based on emotions. Whereas Maldek was more connected to the root, to power. So that's why the reptilians were attracted by Maldek first, because reptilians just as well are blueprinted by the root, what we know as the root energy, the root chakra energy, which is the energy of power. So yeah, the reptilians basically went there, they corrupted the planet and the species there, and they brought basically war, just like it happened to this planet. So as I said, Maldekians got corrupted by that. I also heard there were people from Orion, so beings from the Orion constellation, because them two are very masculine, and basically Orion is the constellation of the divine masculine. So the Orion seeds are also very rooted in power, and that's why some of them also got corrupted, because it was easier for them to swing to the negative polarity of power. So both reptilians and Orion seeds came to Maldek, and well, not the good Orions, the corrupted ones, and they just created chaos there and blew it up. And it was a heavy event for this whole solar system, because not only did one collective get eradicated in just like that, but two collectives, both the Maldek collective and Mars collective. And this is why both Maldek souls and Mars souls nowadays come incarnate in different collectives, because they literally cannot come incarnate on their native planets anymore, like on their seed planets anymore, because there are, like, one of them, Maldek, is literally like, it's blown up. It's like, as I said, what we have of it, what is left of it today is the belt of asteroids. And the other one, Mars, it is still there as a planet, but it's inhabitable. So two collectives with one blow got eradicated. So you can imagine how much of a trauma this was for these two collectives, because they literally died, all of them, like that. It's something that should not happen. So it's those of you who are Maldek souls and Mars souls, now that you know what happened, like I think it's a call for you to, one of the things that you have to do is basically a call for you to dive into that and see if you still have that trauma there unhealed, and try to sit with that and heal that, because it's quite big of a deal, like huge. And it's because it's a trauma that was experienced not just by one or two or three souls, like it was experienced by a whole collective in the same second. It's something that, it's more like you heal together. Like, it's obviously like what an individual, it's obvious what one individual does impacts the collective as well, and vice versa. So what I'm getting now is that it's a beautiful message. I'm getting that if you manage to come together, like Maldek seeds and Mars seeds, and even like Maldek and Mars seeds together, and like have like sit in a meditation and place the intention there to heal this, to purge this. It'd be great, and it would help you a lot. And well, for Mars seeds, it's a different story. Whereas for Maldek seeds, I saw that some Maldek seeds bear the feeling of unfortunately, guilt because of what happened. And that's why some Maldek seeds revert to the second story of Maldek being shot by another species. Because, like, to digest the idea that it was you who blew your own planet up, it may be a little bit heavy for some. But then again, you don't have to feel that guilt, because that's not the way to heal. If you feel that, it's and prolong it and try to run away from it, it will not aid you. So it's not a matter of guilt, it's a matter of responsibility. But then again, my point to all of you is the following. It's the same as with Earth. If Earth were to blow up right now, would you be responsible for that? Would it be you, the one to be like, I'm gonna blow it up, I'm gonna give an order, and I'm gonna give a command, and some people are gonna shoot some nuclear weapons powerful enough to blow up the whole planet? No. Because obviously those of you listening to this video are never gonna do that. And we are citizens, you know? And citizens don't really have that much of a say, actually, at all. Any say in what the governments do with the nuclear weapons. So that's my point here. If you're a Maldek seed, don't go that way of the guilt trip. Because, I repeat, it's the same as with Earth. If Putin was to fucking blow the planet right now, would it be you responsible for that? So, I hope you get my point. And I hope you manage to sit with this and heal this. But then again, in a way, what I feel is that many of the Maldek seeds are actually higher in vibration than human seeds themselves. So it should be a lot easier for you to do this. Exactly, because if you're a Maldek seed, you're more anchored within the power blueprint. You get what I mean, right? Okay. Now, the Mars seeds. Here it's a little bit of a different story, because Mars simply got, like, Mars had nothing to do with that. And they just got their planet affected by that to that extent of being inhabitable. So there may be some aversion from some Mars seeds towards the Maldek event. So like, I totally understand it. But if you're a Mars seed and you find it within your heart to forgive the the Maldek seeds for what happened, then that's great. And yeah, I'd be really curious to actually see an interaction between Mars seeds and Maldek seeds, especially because of this collective trauma. So please let me know in the comments, like, are you a Mars seed? Are you a Maldek seed? Did you just come here because you're curious and you're not a Maldek nor a Mars seed? But if you are one of them, did you have interactions with the other group? Did you previously have interactions with the Maldek seeds if you're a Mars seed, or vice versa? Because I'd be really curious to see how that would go. And I'd be really curious to see how that manifests, as in, like, to see how that collective karma manifests with you two, like with you two as groups. So please let me know. I thank you for being incarnate at this time, and I thank you for being powerful and strong enough to follow the path of ascension. Keep shining.